Welcome back. You're watching DD India News. I'm Lepakshi Khurana, and moving on. In Sri Lanka, the 5th session of the 9th Parliament is scheduled to be declared open today by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. Following a ceremonial opening of the session, Wickremesinghe will present the statement of government policy in Parliament. The Parliament has informed that arrangements have been made to hold the ceremonial opening of the 5th session as a formal ceremony, and thus gun salutes and motorcades will not be held. After the President presents the statement of government policy, the House will be adjourned till Thursday. As per Sri Lanka's constitution, the President declares open the Parliament at the commencement of a new session and presides over to present the government's policy statement. And for more on this, we have DD India correspondent Dr. Ahmed Muin Farooqi joining us from Colombo. Well, Ahmed, all arrangements have been made to hold the ceremonial opening of the 5th session. Ranil Wickremesinghe will declare it open with a policy statement. What can you tell us about it?
Actually, you see, unlike most other places in Sri Lanka, we have a very long session of Parliament. Like the previous session, the 4th session went on for 106 days when the business of the Parliament went about. So this year, the 5th session would commence today. The ceremonial opening will also be followed by placement of the policy statement by Sri Lanka President Ranil Wickremesinghe. And this policy statement is the one that guides the entire government's plans and policies for the entire year. And this year being the the presidential elections that are being scheduled to be held. So it will be quite critical how the government would want to position itself going into the elections. We have also been noticing that for the last 2 years, Sri Lanka had gone through a very critical kind of an economic crisis, and it is trying to revive its economy ever since. There had been a huge humanitarian assistance from Indian side of about $4.5 billion. In addition to that, we have had development cooperation between India and Sri Lanka. India had also come forward to provide the financing assurances before any other country to IMF so that Sri Lanka could get its bridge financing, the bailout package of $3 billion. Now, after all this, Sri Lanka has tried to somehow manage itself afloat. And now we have to see how Sri Lanka would plan the entire year with regard to how the policies would be framed and how the government would want to position itself going into the elections.
Well, as you said, Ahmed, economic revival on the cards and elections slated later. After the President's present statement of government policy, what else is lined up?
You see, today, after the policy statement is addressed by the President, thereafter there will be an adjournment and it will again reconvene tomorrow. And we are told that 2 days will be given for the adjournment motion, in which they'll discuss and debate about various motions and various policies that had to be discussed in the previous session. And thereafter, the regular business will be lined up. Various committees will be formed. Only the liaison committee is one that will carry forward its businesses from the previous session. But for this session, there will be new committees that will be formed, Lepakshi.
Well, Eamon, thank you so much for that information from there.